Hi folks, this is the first time doing a video today. It's no idea about 5 o'clock, I guess. 4:30, 5 o'clock sort of time. Yep. Well, the reason is there's been nothing until a little while ago, and then suddenly I said, "Oh, you can speak about that." Okay. Well, okay. I've been speaking recently about fasting. Now, of course, what I've been speaking about really is fasting for beginners, because I'm a beginner in fasting. Now, I did fast last Monday. I'm planning to do another one, a 3-day one, this Monday. Now, don't get overexcited at the idea. I'm not going to be doing one every week. It's just I did the 1 day. 1 day was okay. I managed that, even in quite tough conditions. And so I figured, well, go for the 3-day. Yeah, do something that's a bit tougher. Well, there's going to be a bit of sacrifice involved, because the 1 day was, not too bad. I managed that. That was okay. So it's always about pushing yourself. However, there are some people who, really do take fasting incredibly seriously. Too seriously. And saying too seriously, a lot of people say, how can you say too seriously? You're sacrificing, you're honouring God in doing this. No, you're not. That's the point. Sorry, I'll back off a second. 1 sec. To be counted as a sacrifice, it needs to be something that's rare. It needs to be something that is difficult, something you hardly ever do. To give up something which you normally wouldn't give up. That's why food and drink are the things you're supposed to give up. It's supposed to be something which you are not used to doing. So if you fast all the time, then really it's really more your time of not eating and drinking rather than doing it for God. It becomes more of a game rather than sacrifice. And the Lord said himself, I desire mercy, not sacrifice. Now, that's not saying he never wants sacrifice. Not at all. By that, he's not saying I never want to see anyone sacrificing anything whatsoever. He says, you take sacrifice far too seriously, because he was talking about them. They were talking about the Sabbath. And he's saying, you take this far too seriously. Mercy is far more important than sacrifice. Because sacrifice is what you're trying to show to me as a way of honouring me, honouring Father. But mercy is something you're giving to others. Mercy is something which is contrary to the world you're living in. The world doesn't really recognise mercy. The world recognises punishment. It doesn't recognise mercy. So when you show mercy, you're showing me. Right, okay, Lord. Okay. Yep. Well, that's it. That's the thing with regards to that, yeah. Fasting is important, but showing mercy is something far more important, because I've done the videos recently about this cancel culture. The cancel culture is basically unmerciful, completely unmerciful, not showing even a tiniest bit of mercy. But of course it isn't. When you bring up a text or a message that someone sent years ago, when they were a kid basically, and you want to damage them because of that, that's not showing mercy, is it? That's showing a desire to hurt someone, a desire to punish them. That's what we have in society. We who are saved are supposed to be different. We're supposed to show something different. We're supposed to be... Look, we're not supposed to be the opposite to the world. Not in everything. But in some of the things that really matter, we're supposed to be opposite to the world. We're certainly not supposed to be the same as them. We're not supposed to be showing that same desire to make people pay. Because we have been freely forgiven. We've been shown mercy. If we've been shown mercy, we should also show mercy. That's the cows all over there again. Right. Cute. They all come over when they see you, don't they? Yeah. Cute. They're big, but still cute. Yeah. That mercy is something, God, that's yeah. Not an easy thing to give, but that's why it's valued far greater than sacrifice. You see, sacrifice is not supposed to be easy to give. Mercy is far harder to give than sacrifice. So if we're going to be trying to really sacrifice, then give mercy. Because if punishment is what we would normally want to give or try to give, and mercy is something that we wouldn't normally do, then giving mercy is a far bigger sacrifice than having a fast. Yeah, having a 1 day, 3 day, even 40-day fast. Giving mercy to someone is far harder than a 40-day fast. Well, not necessarily 40, but because when the Lord says, I desire mercy, not sacrifice, He's basically saying that mercy is far harder to give than sacrifice is. Sacrifice is quite easy. You just don't eat or drink. You know you're going to get some more tomorrow. Or, yeah, whenever that fast ends, you know you're going to get some. When that break fast happens, you know you're going to get more food or more drink, don't you? You know, it's not as if your throat's been cut, but you've still got to live without a tongue and a gullet and all that lot. No food for the rest of your life. They're just going to pump the stuff into you. But you're not going to have the enjoyment of food because you're going on a fast. It's not that. You're going to get food. You know you're going to get food again. You've just got to go these amount of days to be able to say, okay, done it. That's the point. Is it a case of, okay, done it? Because if it's a case of, okay, done it, is that service to God? Is it? Not really, is it? It's an achievement you've done. You've achieved something, but it's got nothing to do with honouring God, is it? At all. Yeah, we really do have to get to grips with who are we supposed to be as Christians, not how we're supposed to look. To say all these people fasting and making sure everyone knows they're fasting. Yeah, I'm telling people that I'm going to fast, or that I'm planning to fast, but I'm not going to be dressing in a way and, I'm fasting, I need food, but I can't have food for days. I'm not going to be walking around like that. Showing mercy. Jeez. That's the hard one, really hard. Yeah, I've had a lot of that on my mind the last couple of days. Been very much on my mind. Yeah, the people who took my dogs. Do you think I want to show mercy to these people? In any way, shape or form? I've had conversations with God about what I want to say to these people. About how I want to curse every single footstep they take. How I want Him to do that. And God just says, yeah, but I've already told you. I wouldn't let them do anything unless it was what was best. Yeah? Let's change that. What did He actually say? He said they can't do anything unless I allow it. Yeah, if it's against my will, they can't do a thing, can they? Whatever they try and do, it's not going to touch you. Right? So, with understanding that, you're going to understand it's not really them, is it? Yeah, it's not been, God hasn't done it to hurt me. So, it's not really them. They couldn't have done anything. They can only do if God allows. That's the reality. So, why would I be angry with these people, particularly? If God has giving them permission to do this, then, or allowed them to think in the way they were to do this, then realistically speaking, I can't be angry with them, can I? No, this is not something. This is easy. I keep going back to it. I do. I keep going back to it. I find different avenues of ways that I can have a go at them, and God keeps on coming back to, you can't, because, as I said, that's the reality. You see, when you start to understand that it's God's will. If it's God's will, you can't have a go at people. You can't blame people. When you understand that you're not perfect, you can't blame other people for not being perfect, can you really? That's the reality. So showing mercy is something you can get to. It's just a process of getting to it. So, yeah. Indeed. That's it. But you need to let go. You need to deal with any anger you have, any malice that you have. Let go of that. Give it to God. Just that's why I say keep on going to God. Keep on asking the questions. Keep on speaking to God about all stuff like that. Because then God sort of helps you to understand that you don't need to be angry about this. The things that are happening are His will, and so don't worry about it. Although it's something it's so easy to worry about, God's saying, don't worry about it. This is happening for a reason, and once that reason, is sorted, then there you go. Job's a good one. Really? You'll understand. You'll see the picture. You'll see what's going on. You see why it's been going on. And so you don't need to be angry with the people. Look, there could be anything could have happened. I mean, Covie and Locki may be coming into heat now. So it's quite possible that another dog has mated with them. And so if they come back, they could come back pregnant, which is not good. They shouldn't be, not at this stage. It's quite possible that Amber and Gracie could be kept together, and they could be biting bits out of each other until the people there finally realise, oh dear, we shouldn't have these two together. Not earlier today, I was just saying to God, excuse me, these people are supposed to care about animals. At no point in time did they even ask me any details about the nature of the dogs to try and work out, which ones should be kept with each other. Oh. So, of course, you get furious about that, but then you realise, well, hold it, again, that was God's will. You've got to trust God in this situation, because, if it was God's will, then they would have asked the question, right? You're going to trust God that they've separated them. I mean, generally speaking, if the vet's got any intelligence whatsoever who checked them over, they would have worked out that Amber's got some scars from fighting, Gracie's got some scars from fighting, so most likely they've been fighting each other, 2 and 2 together as 4, so there you go, they should have kept them apart. But it doesn't mean they have. So it's like, there's a lot going on there. So it is what it is. So, but there's a lot there that you could be angry about if you choose to be. There's a lot there certainly that your mind brings up. It's trying to find ways to justify you being angry with these people, justify you being furious with them. And God says, no, this is my will. To a certain degree, that's where you show mercy to people. That's where you don't judge them. Because although it's still to a certain degree God's will, it's still them doing it. So still to a certain degree, according to the world system that we're living in, they should be slapped about the place a bit, right? For that. According to the system that we're living in. So even though you understand it's God's will, you're still showing them mercy certainly considering the world that we live in. So is it showing huge mercy? Yeah. No, yes, don't know. But it's a way of making it easier to show mercy, to understand that if it's God's will, then you can't be angry at these people anyway. Like things like road rage is another thing. That's something that I've found easy to fall into. Yeah, that sort of dozy drivers. There's a lot of them. But I've been a dozy driver at times. And that's the thing. God just reminds me, hold it. What did you do the other day? Yeah, okay. Yeah, you got me. Yeah, okay. Yeah. One of the things that annoys me quite often, you pull over at a junction. Yeah, left, right turn, that sort of thing. Car in front isn't even indicating. Yeah. I used to get quite annoyed about it. Now I just say, you do realise you are allowed to indicate? And then it's just that sort of bit of sarcasm that does it now. Now hopefully that's going to go as well. But the sort of the hot under the collar sort of stuff is gone. Now it's just a bit of sarcasm now, so it's not too bad. Still work to be done, absolutely. So, mercy not a sacrifice. Yeah. As I said, sacrifice itself can be hard. You know, fasting for a long period of time can be very difficult. If fasting can be difficult, then we have to understand that mercy is difficult. Well, especially if you're faced with a situation. Let's say, for example, if the dogs have walked back and I notice that one of them hasn't been looked after. Yeah. Naturally, I'm going to have rage. Absolute rage. Yeah, I'm going to want to put the person through the wall. But you can't do that. You've got to understand, again, God's will. God has allowed that to happen for a purpose. You just want to say, okay, that's God's will, that's not a problem at all. Right. Yep. Not easy to do, is it? In the moment, it's not easy to do. But it's something you have to do. You just have to take a breath. You just have to realise, well, hold it, if God didn't want this to happen, would it have happened? Yeah. That's the thing. Is that in the end, showing mercy is a decision that you make. Now, if it's hard to do in certain cases, then just take it bit by bit. Just take it bit by bit. Forgiving your enemies is showing mercy. To a certain degree. Well, certainly not wanting to do the same to them as they've done to you is showing mercy. So that's a degree of showing mercy. Because again, with people, when people are trying to be a pain in the arse, when people are trying to hurt you or cause you problems, yeah, of course. You want to absolutely destroy those people in the worst possible way. Of course you do. But you don't. You've got to forgive them. You've got to move past it. You've got to, as I say, realistically speaking, you forgive people. You don't set them free from what they've done. They have to ask God to forgive them. You have to do that, really. But if you're not forgiving them, then you're making their problem your problem. And you're making what they wanted to affect you in the short term affect you in the long term. That's you doing, not them. You not forgiving them is meaning you're hanging on to it. That's your decision, not theirs. So, yeah. But it's still mercy. That doesn't mean milk cows. Hello, the milk cow. How you doing? Hey, you got plenty of food? Right, you got plenty of food. That's cool. There you go. You take care, Moo-Moos. Have a good one. Bye. Oh, beautiful creatures. This one's following. Hello, Moo. How you doing? You following? Okay. You can follow. That one looks like a ball. Massive. Absolutely massive. Okay. Yeah, you're impressive creatures. Got two of them playing a play fighting over there, but it's it. Yep. Bit of squabbling going on. Okay. There they are. You munch away at your food. I'm going to get home. Hello. You're a very pretty one, aren't you? Hey? Yeah, and so are you. You're very pretty. Yes, you are. Right. Careful that barbed wire. It doesn't hurt you that much, but still be careful. Sort those flies out with you, Cal. Quite annoying, aren't you, buzzing around you all the time. There you go. You take care. Hello, you come to say hello as well. Hello to you. Hey? And how are you? Those very pretty ears you've got there. You're a lighter tan colour, you are. And hello to you. Yes. There's you peeking through over there. Right, there you go. You take care, little cows. There you go, you see some cows. Right. No dogs on this walk, but cows. So there you go. Right. Wildlife all the way. Well, so yes, mercy. That's the point talking about animals. Animals don't have a clue about mercy or grace or love or compassion or any of that. They haven't got a clue. They have no concept of any of that stuff at all. But we humans, we are made for greater than that. We are supposed to be greater than that. We're not supposed to be thinking like animals. Yeah. So while the world is aiming for punishment, sees that punishment is the right way to deal with stuff, we who are saved, we who are called to follow Yeshua, to be followers of him, we need to choose a different path. We need to choose a path that brings us into a life of grace, of mercy, of love, of compassion, of forgiveness. Yeah. Not easy. No. Not in this world. When you're surrounded by the complete opposite to that, it's not easy. No. But it's what you've got to do. That's the reality. It's what you've got to do. Right. In the end, yeah. Just a case of looking at it and seeing what the Lord desires from us, really. And yes, he says, I desire mercy, not sacrifice. So let's aim for that then, shall we? Aim for sacrifice as well, but aim for mercy more so, because the Lord said that's what he desires from us. Well, a lot of people have said, that if you're in dire situations and you need an answer from God, then fasting can bring you closer. God said no. You don't need to fast to do that. You don't need to fast to get answers. You don't need to fast to get the giftings of the Holy Spirit. You don't need to fast to do any of that sort of stuff at all. Yeah, that's just things that people are taught to try and get people to fast. That's all. Fasting is about love. It's about sacrifice. It's about honouring God. It's not about trying to go one better than others and that the milestone is 40 days. So I've done the milestone. Well, there you go. Well, congratulations. I'm not impressed with that. Not in any way, shape or form. I'm not trying to do 3 days so I can be impressed with that. I'm trying to do 3 days because it's okay. I did a day that had its challenges, but let's see what the next level is. Okay, I can do that. Yep. So I'm not saying it's definitely going to happen Monday. I've got no idea. I don't know what God has planned at all. So we will see what happens. I'll let you know. Yeah, if something else is going on, I'll let you know that. So you take care, God bless. I'll speak to you soon. Bye bye.